Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Highway 2000 east-west leg that goes from Kingston to Montego Bay. So the highway, they announced that they are going to be starting the highway from, or the section of the highway from Williamsfield in Manchester to Hodges in St. Elizabeth. So we're going to give you an update because with this announcement, apparently the alignment of the highway has changed. So a lot of persons are saying the highway was to go through Balaclava on that side of St. Elizabeth and head up to Montego in St. James. Now that would be the shortest distance for the highway when you look at the map. But the government announced that the highway is going to have a bypass for Spur Tree Hill, but it's going to be on the other side of Spur Tree. So if the highway was going through Balaclava, the highway would be literally going through the middle of Jamaica, which apparently it was originally intended to do. But they have announced the highway is going to go have a bypass for Spur Tree, but it's going to be on the side of Spur Tree towards the coast. So it's also going to have a bypass for Junction and a bypass for Black River, meaning the highway is going to literally, because Black River is on the coast, it's going to be more on the coast and not going through the middle of Jamaica. But a change like this is not uncommon because the same thing happened with Highway 2000 north-south leg that goes from Kingston to Otrius. Now that road is built and finished and it's up and running. But the original path of the highway seemed to have changed from the path that was built. For example, that highway was to go way west or north, not west, east or north of Bogwalk. It was never intended to go so close to Bogwalk. But after the highway was, I guess, thought out, they realized that the highway should go through Bogwalk, closer to Linstead, and the path that it now took. And this was apparently NROC was not down with these changes because the changes caught them off guard too. But this was after the Kingston to, I think it was Sandy Bay leg was built. That was the first leg of Highway 2000. And then when they were to start the Kingston to Otrius leg, the path changed or the alignment changed. And apparently the same thing happened with this leg that they announced between Williamsfield and Hodges. So a lot of persons were surprised because they said the highway was to follow the train track going through Balaclava, that side, like closer to Kendall, into Montego, because you know train lines used to run in Jamaica once. So that's a major change to the highway. So the highway is now going to bypass Spur Tree, closer to the coast, bypass Junction, so you can now access Junction much easier, and bypass Black River. So you're going to have an exit to Black River, which is on the coast. And Black River is also the capital of St. Elizabeth. So the highway now, because remember this highway goes from Kingston to Montego Bay, and they have started work on the Montego Bay end of the highway. So from Mount Pellier up to Anchovy, down Long Hill into Montego Bay via the Bogue Road. That section of Highway 2000 is now being constructed. It's on the way. So the last section, which they haven't announced the alignment yet, will be from Hodges in St. Elizabeth to Mount Pelion. That's the only section of the road left to be built or aligned, you should say. And that will be the last section, and then you'll have a highway from Kingston to Montego Bay. Now, between Hodges, and Hodges is on more on the coast, but just very close to Black River. So from Hodges to Mount Pelion now, that route has not been disclosed. But that highway might very well, could possibly pass through Westmoreland, because you are now so far or so close to the coast. To get it back to Mount Pelion, any route can be used. You can have a piece of it probably going through Westmoreland, or you could have a piece of it even going through Trelawney, because it all depends on the route they announce. But that section has not been announced yet. So to summarize now, from the highway is going to go from Kingston through St. Catherine. This section is built already, so you have exits for Old Harbour, you have an exit for Maypen, and then your highway is going to have, so the highway goes from Kingston to Maypen now. That section is finished. You have a toll plaza in St. Catherine right before Old Harbour, and you have another toll plaza in Maypen, and then you're going to have another toll plaza for the section that's under construction in Tollgate. So you're going to have 3 toll plazas. Of course, if you exit and come on, some places will have toll plazas there. So just to summarize the alignment now, the highway runs from Kingston to Maypen. That section is open. It's going to go from Maypen to Williamsfield. That section is under construction and will finish in August of this year, August 2023. And then it will go from Williamsfield to Hodges in St. Elizabeth. And then you have the section of the highway from Mount Pelion up to Anchovy, down Long Hill, into Bogue, into Montego Bay. That section is also under construction. It's a part of the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project. That project has 4 parts, and a part of it is the Long Hill bypass, which is going to be a part of this highway. So the only section left to be determined or announced will be the section from Hodges in St. Elizabeth to Mount Pelion. So that is the alignment of Highway 2000 East-West leg, and that is the P.J. Patterson Highway. It connects Kingston to Montego Bay. Now, what I think confused people is 2 things. One, that highway was to run through the middle of Jamaica. That's why Balaclava and those places came into play. But it probably makes more sense to have the highway going through Junction, Black River, because those are bigger towns than Balaclava. And Black River is the capital, and also it's closer to Treasure Beach, which is where you have a lot of hotels. And you know, the tourist industry is a massive industry in Jamaica. So that could be, I'm not even going to say why it changed. But that's the alignment of Highway 2000. And it's not unprecedented for these highways to change routes, because remember, NROC actually took down the map they had up on the original alignment of the highway because it changed. Alright guys, so that is the alignment of the highway. We'll keep you guys updated on the sections that are under construction and any news that comes out re the Hodges to Mount Pelion section. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.